So today I thought I'd talk a little bit about the differences between the Mollenhauer modern recorder and the Mollenhauer Dream recorder. I've done a few videos comparing them because I really like both recorders, and they're both modern recorders really. That's the category they're in. And I was curious about the differences because I used to listen to these online to try and hear the difference, and really I thought that I could hear some similarities between the two. Anyway, I'm going to compare, say what's the same and what's different. I did have someone message and ask a question about what are the differences, so hence the video. First of all, just physically, there's quite a difference in length between the two. Part of the reason for that is because this one has got an E foot. So we've got F sharp, F, and with all three closed we've got E, which is by these three keys, the F sharp, the 2 for F. Actually, you don't need to hold both of them down. The second one holds both down, and the third one for E. But actually, I think when you press that one, the F key, the middle one, the F, you can tell I've only had this recorder for a short while, haven't read the instructions. The F key here actually depresses the two pads. So when I'm pressing the one in the middle, it depresses the two pads. When I press just the E one, it's only depressing the end pad, so you have to hold both of them, both of the rollers, it looks like, to get the E down. The other thing that's very noticeable when you first pick them up, other than length, is this Mollenhauer modern. This is palisander, by the way. It's looks very dark in this light, but it is a palisander, not an ebony. It's very, very heavy because this is quite lightweight. The Mollenhauer Dream Edition in plum. I think it probably weighs a little bit more in pearwood. Pearwood's I always feel like pearwood feels quite heavy. Plums, possibly, I don't know. Cherry is lighter than plum, I think, to feel. So quite a weight difference. But I quite like both. So I like recorders that feel heavy, and I like recorders that feel light. It doesn't make any difference to me. I know some people have quite a preference for one or the other. They've both recorders have got quite widely spaced left-hand holes, and they're sort of fairly similar in spacing. But if you look at the right-hand holes, the Mollenhauer Modern has got fairly standard spacing, and the Mollenhauer Dream's got very closely spaced holes in the right hand there. Line them up, it's very difficult. I keep going the wrong way. No, it's really hard to show. Line them up properly here, and then turn around. So that you can see there is quite a difference in the spacings of the right hand holes, and the F and F sharp on the Dream, before we've even got to the F sharp or the F hole on the modern recorder. The other thing is the size of the holes. The Mollenhauer Dream recorder has got quite large tone holes, and the Mollenhauer Modern has got fairly standard or smallish sized ones. Okay, so onto the sound. This one is in modern voicing rather than Baroque voicing. I think it sounds lovely. I'll just play a little bit on it. Or same thing lower. transposing there. Sorry about that. So yeah, what I'm noticing is that really when when I'm playing the dream recorder, which you always think of as having really strong low notes, um, I'm blowing it the same as this modern recorder. The G is overblowing a bit. And if I blow at the same volume on the modern, the G can sort of take a bit more blowing, so it feels stronger. Yeah, so I'd say the modern recorder is actually a bit louder than the dream recorder. Certainly down there. What about up the top? I know that's not the very top. Yeah, the modern recorder's louder all through. Also, what I notice when I play the modern recorder, the tuning is really very reliable with the standard fingerings. Occasionally on the dream recorder I've got to adjust fingerings. So for example, if I want to play A flat on this, I'm finding that I have to add half a hole here. Maybe it's my recorder, maybe it needs a service. Also E flat, the standard fingering on the dream recorder, you're supposed to have the extra finger. So, it's okay though. I think it's just that it's different and you get used to playing it in tunes. You have to work a little bit, I'd say, to play this in tune, whereas this just plays in tune. Yeah, the thing that puts people off the dream recorder in alto size certainly is the fact that it's a two-piece. So down here, I find it a little bit awkward because that little finger hole is not where my little finger would want to fall. Would be here. Can I show you? Yeah. So where my little finger would naturally fall is only half on where the hole is, which is so awkward. So I have to adjust my hand position to play this recorder, and I find it, you know, a little bit more challenging. So I have to come more across with that finger than I would normally, and it adjusts where I put these two. What's challenging on this one is actually playing the low E is quite challenging. So I've got it set so F sharp's a bit further around than normal, but then I can catch the F sharp with kind of like with the back edge of this finger, like here, and then F feels sort of in the right place, and E's not too far around. So yeah, but your pinky has to be quite strong. Now that's terrible because I say I've only just got this recorder, so it is a bit challenging. What's happening is as I'm reaching for the E, I'm pulling one of my other fingers in my right hand off. And I think it's that one because I just saw in the camera that one move as I press my little finger. So as I practice and play on this recorder, my hand is going to learn to stay still as I reach for the E, because I've never had to reach for a key like that on a recorder before. It's not used to it. You see, when I reach for the F, my third finger here stays nice and still. It's only when I reach for the E, it's moving a little bit. Maybe I've got the foot joint. It's yeah. I bought this second hand. There's a string joint there. It's a bit loose. So I need to put another layer of string on it. It may have moved around. No, that's a terrible place. So you've got to work to find out where to put this E foot. Do that again on this one. I think this is sounds more typical reedy classic recorder sound. People have said they find the Sound of the Dream recorder very appealing, and I suppose it does sound quite sort of pretty, and it's got a delicate, sensitive quality to it that's really very beautiful. Definitely flat. Yeah, it's ever so slightly sharp there with a standard fingering, and flat if you add a key. Mind you, with adjusting breath pressure, actually, the octave sounds much more in tune. So again, I think it's just me getting used to the recorder. They are different in sound, and I keep thinking I prefer one and I prefer the others. I just really like them both. Maybe this is a purer sound. I don't know. It depends what your perception of sound is and your perception of tone. Both really lovely recorders. I suppose that the price difference, if you quite like both of them, this one costs a lot less. And if you don't need the E-foot, which you may well not need, and if you can make the reach here without it being a 3-piece, with it being a 2-piece, and it depends. I think, to be fair, my little fingers, they're not desperately long. My little finger doesn't even quite come up to the actual the crease of the finger next to it, sort of quite. So I think myself as having quite short little fingers, and yeah, I'm completely out of focus now. How did that happen? Ooh, yay, magic. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed the video and it's been of some use, and enjoy all your treble recorders. I love treble recorders or alto recorders. I think they give a lovely sound, and yeah, I'll have to look into doing some more videos about tenors, or put something in the comments about what you'd like to see, what you'd like me to do a video about. Okay, bye.